Welcome to GameDay.
No. Nice try. Go, sir.
What makes you think I just won't use this anyway?
I don't know. You do have the power. And I'm now blushing. Hey.
Welcome to GameDay Battle, where Cleveland sports news meets biased and outspoken opinion. We have a full GameDay crew here, so it's been a little bit since we've all been together.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Very good, very good. I know there's been quite a bit that's happened in basketball and in baseball, of course. The world of NFL, at least the referees, that's been a little bit active as well. So
quit crying.
So the last couple of weeks have been pretty active. We have been on hiatus. It's kind of that time of the year where we get to do some other things for once.
Yes. See our family.
Yeah, our family's there. And take care of a little bit of other business. But we're back, and it is hot. There is a ton going on in the NBA, and that includes the loser is on his way to potentially another trip to the finals.
Mm-hmm.
And Boston stands in his way. Perhaps even Spurs Heat matchup. Maybe Durant and Westbrook can kind of take him out in the finals if need be, but we'll see. Also, the Indians slipped a ton, as a matter of fact. Dale and I were at the big sweep. Yeah, it was great. It was great, man.
Verlander action.
Yeah, and we saw Verlander get not schooled, but at least taught a little bit of a lesson.
Complete game loss.
Yes.
For Verlander there.
Yep, Masterson was outstanding that game, and the entire team was. But Dale, I want to show a quick picture of Dale. He was ready.
I was.
Flag in hand and the broom for the sweep, and it was a great time. So all who went out for that day, I know you saw one of the most, I think, greatest regular season games, at least, that I've seen from the Tribe in a long time.
GameDay Battle is brought to you by Bamboozle's Restaurant and Lounge in Parma. They have the best drink specials anywhere. Seriously, buy one, get one free drinks. How often do you hear of it? You don't. They do it twice a week. Billy's mom makes the pasta sauce all the time, and the burgers, you simply won't find a better one. Check them out, bamboozles.com. Again, bamboozles.com. When you go there, tell them GDB sent you.
Okay, so if everybody's got to choose a team, pick up game of basketball on the street, you get to pick one guy of these two guys to be on your team. Now, the rest of your team is just no-name guys from the neighborhood. You get to pick Rondo or Kyrie Irving. So, Rondo or Irving, and tell me why. DST.
Hate to go against my my home team there, but this without a doubt, easy pick. You got to take Rondo. He's a premier point guard in the league right now. He can do it all. You know, flirts with a triple-double almost every game. And he's just, for him to emerge on a team like the Celtics that has so much all-star power on it and now be the new face, and, you know, you haven't really heard him called the Big Three at all this season because they're really not. It's basically Rondo's show, and they're trusting him to make the right moves, and he's doing that, you know. 44 points in Game 2 for a loss.
That's unfortunate loss.
That hurts. That's usually how it goes down. When you have a guy who scores all your points, you're probably not going to get the win, as we saw when LeBitch was in town.
Yep.
56 points was most likely a loss. But I think Rondo, he's playing great basketball, and he's the next generation of point guard in the NBA.
He really is. You know, I found him to be a lot more of a grinder the last couple seasons, especially this season. And I think in this playoff series, he's sort of become a different player. I mean, he's still the same player, but he's built on his strengths a lot. And he is so vicious now, and he gets in that mode where he will not be denied. And you know, for that reason, I can understand why you'd say Rajon over Kyrie. But you know, Kyrie's a young guy, so maybe down the road it'll be a different choice.
Ask me in 3 years.
Yeah, 3 years, right?
On our 200th show, maybe I'll have a different opinion.
That's right. We'll have Rajon, Rondo, and Kyrie on as.
Oh yeah, because by then we'll be big time.
Huge, absolutely huge. We're almost there, but you know. Ramon Torres, what do you think? You had to pick just one of the guys. You got scrubs on your team, scrubs on the other team, and you got one guy to take the game home for you.
I'm gonna go with DST. I'm gonna go with Rondo. It's just too early for me to
pick Kyrie right now, even though he did show a lot of good things. But Rondo, as much as I hated the guy in years past, but he just evolved into just that premier player. He can kill you in so many different ways. Whether it be just passing the ball. He's a rebounder. Even adding the three to his element. Now he's out there shooting threes. It's just starting to become an all-around player. Great defense, great energy. He doesn't back down from anybody.
You on the Rondo bandwagon, or are you going Kyrie?
As much of a fan I am of Kyrie Irving. Now, this is the season statistics. Kyrie is, of course, the one to pick because statistically he was a little better than Rondo in the season. But this playoff season, Rondo...
See the stats on that.
Yeah.
Well, actually, just to let you know, Irving, 19 points a game average. Rondo, 14 points a game. Both about the same, about 40% or so, three-point percentage.
Oh.
So,
Can I go back?
Yeah, absolutely. Sorry about that.
It's all right. But these playoffs, and I think Ramon nailed it right there. Each game, he's taking this a notch higher and taking this a level up, and this is exactly what you need to do is in the playoffs is take it to the you need to get that peak, and he's doing it. And I would definitely pick Rondo at this point.
Yeah,
to be on my team.
Find your level, push yourself up a little bit higher, and make it happen. So Rondo over Irving. Well, it's interesting because I do agree with all the points you guys made, and I'm pretty big on Rondo right now, and I've been impressed with him throughout the season because it's been such an odd season, and he seemed to have been the guy to carry a group of old guys, capable and skillful old guys that don't play like old guys a lot of times, but down a long stretch, they get tired, they don't get the minutes he used to have, and Rondo's been carrying them. And then if you look at the playoffs now, he has looked at this, I think this series sort of as his chance to become the face of the Celtics. And Dale, like you said, he's stepping out from a group of great players. I got to go with Irving on this, and here's why. Not just the 5 points a game that I'm going to get out of him over Rondo, but I think that Irving has all of the same intellect and physical ability as Rondo. Being a younger player, I think probably a little more energetic, and I think that throughout that game, every step of the way, Irving gets better and better and better. And I think we're seeing what we're going to get out of Rondo. I think that Irving could be what you've seen from him in this last season, and that one game of pickup hoops, he could be even better than you've seen him this last season. So I'd have to go Irving on that. But Rondo's had a series. He's had a great series so far against the Heat.
Well, he's had a couple series. That's one thing that nobody really mentioned was playoff experience, and that is invaluable in the NBA. And I mean, Rondo has they won the finals.
They did
2 Eastern Conference championships. Kyrie Irving's been in a McDonald's commercial.
Well, that's
Uncle Drew.
Rondo, if you remember, and these are bad memories, but he dubbed himself Cavs Slayer, or Cavs Killer, I think was his name. Do you remember that in the series that we lost to?
It's foggy to me.
It's foggy.
It's foggy to me.
All right. But he stepped up, and they were able to beat LeBron James at that point, and hopefully he can do the same. So
I think with Rondo right now, I think it's to the point where you have your big three, which are all getting older now, and those are all leaders on this team. So now there's technically 4 leaders, but in this playoff series, Rondo has taken that leadership role to himself, which is probably going to carry on for years to come after the big three have retired and moved on and all that. And you have a great, outstanding leader on that team still.
Yep.
So that's why I think Rondo should get the upper hand on this one.
Okay, so we started picking our team, right? We've all picked either Rondo or Irving. So we got this game of hoops on the street. Now you get to pick 2 guys. Which tandem do you grab? Westbrook and Durant, or Dwayne Wade and the loser from the Heat? Which one do you think is going to complement your team best, Brett?
I think it's got to be Durant and Westbrook. I think those two are the best chemistry of all 4 guys, or of both teams there. And I think they're the ones that have grown together on one team. I think that chemistry, and of course, I've always been a guy of chemistry as it is on a team. I think they have the better chance of winning this, winning on my team if I would pick those 2.
Do you think just the fact that they've learned to play together better than?
Yeah, I still think Wade and LeBron are still playing, I think, each other for themselves. I know they're all playing on the same team, but I think you can still see that, Wade wants to get this many points, and then LeBron wants to get this many points. I don't think they're really gelling as a team right now, as teammates. So that's why I like Durant and Westbrook.
So like one's leading one day, one's leading the next. So Ramon, I mean, you've got that dynamic that does seem to happen with the Heat, but you've also got what has been, at least regarded in the playoffs, is probably the most likely tandem to win the championship. So what do you pick?
Well, I definitely wouldn't want to pick D Wade and LeBron because, as you can see in these playoffs, like you don't know who wants to take over or who, that's like in disarray. Like they're gonna get their points. They're gonna get their 20 a game. That's that's natural. But excuse me. But as for a team that I would want to build, no, I'm going with Durant and Westbrook. More humble guys as well. You don't see them out there showboating. You don't see them out there doing a bunch of craziness. I like my team to be calm and composed and poised, and when it counts, and then celebrate at the end of the game. Don't be out there doing no dumb stuff during the game. Out there holding the ball, smiling. You know what I'm saying? Like that stuff just irks me, and I don't think it's classless, might I say. You know, just the way they are. Last year they made fun of who was that who got sick and they started
Dirk.
Yeah, they were out there coughing. And, this stupidity. You know what I mean? So they're like two little kids out there. So I definitely like class acts with Durant and Westbrook. That's a tough call too.
Yeah, and that's where I was going to go with it too. Is because if you have Rondo as your starting point guard, you're probably going to lean more towards Wade and LeBron because Westbrook is a point guard. So you'd have two point guards out there. So statistically, I would probably go with LeBron and Wade, but in reality, I would want Westbrook and Durant. They're younger. I think LeBron and Wade have already peaked or reached their peaks. And it's tough for two egos like that to coexist on a team. When you have a player that scores 30, 40, 50 points, it's because they're taking 60 to 70% of the shots for the most part. Maybe not that exaggerated. Maybe more like 50, 60, but at least half.
They got the rock in their hand.
At least half. There's not enough time on the clock for both of those guys to be shooting the ball 40 times and getting their points. So, they're trying to figure out how to make them work in Miami, and by not having them on the, when the season first started, they weren't sure if they were going to have them both out there at the same time, or have like LeBron, sadly almost say like kind of come off the bench and just be that threat when Wade's out there. But they definitely figure out how to use them both on the floor together. But when they're not on, their team is struggling.
They're bad.
They're not deep.
Right.
And I think Oklahoma City definitely has some more young depth